No, they're not done paying yet. The part I'm not signing is already at 13.
All right, hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk, Stepping Outside of the Box. And as you all know, I am excited because we are interviewing businesswoman, mother, and an actual beauty, Miss Tia Cannon. Tia, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, can you tell me, what is it that you do?
So I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats. So the owner of ANC Real Estate, we do residential remodeling and construction. Within that as well, we do property management, property preservation, as well as like real estate investing. And then recently we've added courses because so many people have been interested. So we've added courses to teach people how to do the same thing, like flipping properties, wholesaling, and stuff like that.
Yes, and let's back up a little bit. When you were younger, what is it that you wanted to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be everything. Like, it was nothing that I didn't want to be. But I always have been infatuated with, like, P. Diddy, Oprah, that whole thing. So it was always like, I want to be like that. Like, I want to wear all the hats. Like, and I want to be the boss, you know? So.
And look at you now. You are the boss of ANC. So you talked a little bit about ANC. What does ANC stand for?
So ANC are the initials of my daughters. So Alea Nicole and Ava Noel.
Okay.
Yep. And then Cannon Cortez. So yep.
Got it. And so it makes sense. And how long have you been in this business? And when did you birth ANC? The business, not the babies, the business.
The business, right. So ANC started while I was still working at Wells Fargo Home Mortgage because that's my background. So my background is still mortgage and real estate. I just did it from like the banking side. So we did a lot of short sales, deed and liens, cash for keys, modifications, those types of things. So that's the background. And then, you know, typical corporate, you hear things like people start getting laid off, like whole floors, whole departments. So it's like, you need to come up with a backup plan.
Yes.
And so that's when ANC was birthed. And I started with just property preservation. So then by the time like everybody got let go, the site was closed, there was no more Wells Fargo Home Mortgage in Milwaukee. I reached back out to like the Wells Fargo, the BMO, the Chase banks, you know, and I got contracts to do property preservation, which is preserving and maintaining properties that have gone to foreclosure.
Awesome. Okay, so was that something that you learned while working at Wells Fargo, or what was it that sparked this bright idea, like, let me get into this particular field?
Yeah, it was definitely something that I learned at Wells Fargo. My dad always owned a lot of real estate. I always was at Home Depot with him, always was at houses with him.
I just saw you in Home Depot in your heels with a buggy full of shit, and you actually put that in your cart yourself.
Yeah.
In your heels. Like, this woman does wear multiple hats because she was a diva who gets her hands dirty. Okay, I just wanted to highlight that because I saw it.
Yeah, that was intense. So I had just left a council meeting for the Mike Council, which is another organization that I'm a part of. But yeah, I had to get the tile and more, like actually that right there, more mortar for them to finish the tile, and I had to go. Like I had to get it there.
Okay, so you started there. How did you continue to grow, or how did you start bringing in other things? Like you do construction and
so with the banks, the property preservation required me to have my contractor's license. So I'm like, okay, what else can I do with this? I'm starting to research, starting to learn a little bit more. Like, what all can I do with the contractor's license? And so that's when we started to do more of the construction and the flipping, because now I don't have to go pay people to pull permits and do things like that. I can just do it myself.
Did you guys note how she said Oprah and Diddy, and now she's doing a lot of things, wearing a lot of hats? That's really dope.
Thank you.
That's really dope. Okay, so from here, where do you see ANC growing? I know you talked about courses. Do you feel like you're going to be highlighting a specific area, or you're going to bring people on board, or what does the future of ANC look like?
Yeah, the future of ANC, even from my initial business plan, ANC is to be a hub for anything involving real estate. It's the one-stop shop to get you from point A to point B.
Yes.
Whether you need help with your credit and you want to buy your first home, whether you have a home and you can't keep up with it, so you need us to buy it from you, or you need other alternatives or assistance that way. In addition to the courses, in addition to remodeling, whatever it is, we want ANC to be that hub for all of your real estate needs. So the overall goal is for ANC to be a hub for all of your real estate needs from start to finish.
So you mentioned buying a first home. Can you talk about buying your first home?
Yeah, so my first home that I bought was my rental property.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, so it's really, when the thing that's the toughest in this industry is buying a home for yourself to actually live in, and I haven't found one yet.
Oh, so you haven't bought one because you haven't found the right fit.
No, but the homes that I do own are rental properties.
Okay, and how many rental properties do you have?
I have about 4.
Okay, and how do people? Because you have an app.
Yep.
So how do people find your listings?
So for the listings, because not only are my listings on there, but some of our other clients, because we do take on clients for property management as well, they can download my mobile app. So it's ANC Real Estate. It's Apple, Google, so you can do both, like for Android and Apple rather. So the app is, I'm really trying to drive people to the app, because not only are there tips and ideas for like investing, but like interior decorating, then all of our listings are on there for what's for sale. All of our listings are on there for rentals as well.
Okay. So being a woman in this industry, I'm all pro woman. Shout out to the men too, but pro woman. Is it tough being in this industry as a woman?
It is, and I get that question a lot. But it is tough because you constantly have to prove yourself.
So being a woman in here. So, what drew me to Tia initially was I saw you, I think, doing construction. And I'm like, Tia is so freaking beautiful. Like, and I'm like, she's getting her hands dirty like that. And I think I went to read about you. This was a couple of years ago. And it was like woman owned and operated. I'm like, that's so really dope, because you're really young too.
Yeah.
So you have you're black, you're a woman, and you're young. Those are like 3 things stacked up against you, and yet you're excelling in this business. What type of advice would you give to young women who are maybe interested in this field?
Yeah, any advice that I would give is just don't be discouraged, but just make sure you know what you're doing and what you're talking about, because you're going to get tested more than your male counterpart or your white counterpart. And that's just the reality of it. So it's just knowing your stuff and being driven and being able to persevere and push yourself even when things aren't going the right way, because it is a very cutthroat industry.
Cutthroat. So what has been, other than your children, what has been your greatest accomplishment to date? Because I know you're going to accomplish a lot of more amazing things. So to date, what has been?
Just being able to say that I have this type of business, and a lot of businesses fail the first year or they don't make money, but ever since I started my business, we've made money. I haven't failed. I failed in certain aspects of the business, but my company has not failed. And so I think that that's just a really big accomplishment, because I have so many things stacked against me. I'm a single mom. I didn't finish college. I have 2 daughters that are under the age of, Alea's 7, and then a 3-year-old.
Alea's bomb too. She is bomb with a great personality.
And I'm a minority in a predominantly white field, in addition to a male-dominated industry. So being able to say that I'm at that level too, it feels good.
And it's only up from here. So also, really quickly, so you just mentioned you didn't finish.
Hey, Rick.
So you just mentioned you didn't finish college, right?
No, I didn't.
What type of education did it take to get to here?
So you have to take online courses, and a lot of it talks about just a lot of the safety hazards, a lot of the rules, a lot of the structural things that you need to be aware of when you're doing construction. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. And then you just learn along the way too.
And then you learn along the way.
Awesome. Do you have a team? I know Ricky just walked in.
Yeah, Ricky's been a part of the team since day one.
And what does he provide? What services does he provide?
Electric services.
Okay.
So any of our electric needs, Franklin Electric does that for us. Yeah, he's been putting up with me since day one. Shout out to
Ricky and his organization. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So any final words? Because you are definitely stepping outside of the box, being another woman, Black woman in this field, as we just mentioned. What advice would you give to anyone who's thinking about stepping out of the box, who may need to step out of the box? What would you say?
Just have faith. I mean, I don't really know how to say it any other way, but just to have faith. Have more faith in yourself than you do the company that you work for, because you know what you're capable of and what you're doing. And I was so committed to Wells Fargo.
Yes, we all.
You know, they were a really good company. You know, had my 401k. It was looking real nice, matched, life insurance, health insurance. Everything was good. And then just like that, everything was taken away. And so I just feel like if you are going to go hard for someone else's dreams, if you have one, then you should go hard for yours too.
Amen. That's some really good advice, and I hope you guys were taking notes. Again, Tia does offer courses, and I'm going to make sure you guys have her website and her contact information just in case you may be interested. So yeah, we're going to take a tour around this. It's about to be a rental
property.
It's about to be a rental property because she hasn't found her place yet. But thank you guys for tuning in, and Tia, thank you so much for sitting with me.
Thank you.
The older houses, a lot of the stuff is not grounded. If you guys have fans in the room, just looking to make sure the boxes are sure it's a GFI and not just a regular house.
Put the fridge there or right here. You would just have to change. In the basement. Is that Pete?
Go through, huh, Tia?
Is it Pete?
Yes.
You know how you get used to certain smells?
Mm-hmm.
It's right here. So you gotta check that out.
The project you're gonna fix up and